Today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet these adorable loaf cats. This tutorial is very easy, so if you are a beginner, I would suggest that you would try to learn some of these stitches that will be in this loaf cat because I will be teaching you how to do every single one of these stitches, but it might be easier if you already knew them all first. For this loaf cat, you're going to be using any color medium 4 yarn, and I'm going to be using purple. You will also need a 4.5mm hook or a USG hook. You will also need a needle, a pair of 8mm eyes, scissors, and you will also be needing black and white yarn to embroider the face, and some stuffing. Let's get started! We are going to start the loaf cat body with 6 single crochet and a magic ring. And to make a magic ring, we are going to grab the tail end of our yarn with our thumb, and we're going to use our pointer and middle finger, and we're going to wrap the yarn towards the nail on our middle finger, wrap it down, and then wrap it back towards our hand on the middle finger. Then taking our hook, we're going to insert it right under both strands of the X, and we're going to take the string that's attached, so just right this string, and we're going to grab it, pull it through under the X, then we're going to go over the entire project, grab the same string, and pull it through the loop on our hook. And then we're going to be doing our single crochet into this. So if you don't want to do this magic ring, you can also be doing single crochet 2 and then single crochet into the first chain. So if you don't want to do this magic ring, you can also chain 2 and single crochet into the first chain. So to do a single crochet, we're going to insert our hook into the middle of our magic ring, grab the yarn, which is called yarning over. So we're going to yarn over and grab the yarn, pull through the middle of our magic ring, yarn over again, which means grab the yarn, and pull through both loops on our hook. And that is 1 single crochet. And we're going to be needing to do 6 of those. I'll show you guys one more time. So we're going to insert our hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on our hook, just like that. And we're going to repeat that 4 more times. Once we're done, we can take the end of our tail and we can pull it tight to close off the hole. Just like that. And then now we can start into the first stitch on our round. For round 2, we are going to be doing 6 increases, and we can count back 6 stitches from our hook and just find our very first stitch. So we're going to start at the top here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each stitch is the little V-shaped mark on the side. So you stick it through both loops, and then you're going to yarn over and do another single crochet in there. So yarn over, pull through both loops on your V, so you still have 2 loops on your hook now, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on our hook. And so an increase is special because there are going to be 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to insert our hook into the same stitch that we had just put our hook into, yarn over, pull through, so you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops on our hook. And now we're going to do the same thing for the remaining 5 stitches. So we can do that again. So insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on our hook. Insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And just repeat that till the end. So once you're done with that, you should have 12 stitches, and we can count. And then for the next round, we're going to be doing single crochet 1 increase. So it's going to be a pattern of single crochet 1 increase, single crochet 1 increase all the way around. So the first stitch we're going to do a single crochet into, so just a normal single crochet. And into the next stitch we're going to be doing an increase, which is 2 single crochet. So make sure you do 2 single crochet into the next stitch. And then in the next 2 stitches we're going to be doing a single crochet and then an increase. So single crochet, increase. And then we're going to repeat that 4 more times for a total of 18 stitches. So for round 4, we are going to be doing single crochet 2 increase, which means we're going to do a single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and then we're going to be doing an increase into the 3rd stitch. And we're going to repeat that 6 times total for a total of 24 stitches. For the next row, we are going to be doing single crochet 3 increase, which means we are going to be single crocheting into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to be doing an increase into the 4th stitch. So an increase, and then we're going to repeat that again, and we're going to repeat that 6 times total for a total of 30 stitches. And for our last round of increases, we are going to be doing single crochet 4 increase, which means we're going to be single crocheting into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to be doing an increase into the 5th stitch. So 5. And then we're going to be repeating that 6 times total for a total of 36 stitches. So the next round's a little different because we are going to be crocheting the ears now. So first we're going to single crochet 2, and then we're going to make the ear now. So we're going to first do a single crochet into the front loop of the next stitch. And so the front loop is the loop that is closer to you on our stitch, because on our stitch we have like the V, and there's 2 sides. One of the loops is away from you, facing away from you, and one of the loops is facing towards you, and you want to do your single crochet in only the loop that's facing towards you. So do not put your hook in the loop that's facing away from you. And you're just going to do a single crochet in there. And then we're going to chain 2, which means we're just going to yarn over and pull our hook through the loop on our hook. And then we're going to do it again, so just like that. And then we're going to be doing a single crochet in the first chain that we did, which is the chain on the bottom. And for that we're just going to insert our hook in through one of the loops on that chain, and we don't have to put our hook through both sides of the chain. And then we're just going to do a single crochet there, and then we're going to do another single crochet into the same front loop. So we do not want our hook to even go through the back loop. So just do that one single crochet there, and you've made 1 ear. And then you're going to do a regular single crochet, so make sure you put your hook through both loops of the next stitch, and we're going to do 1, and then we're going to do 4 more, so 5 total. And we're going to do the ear again, and I'll walk you through that, which basically we're going to do a single crochet into the front loop only, so not the back loop. So insert your hook into there, yarn over, pull up through a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And then we're going to chain 2, which means we're just going to yarn over and pull through the loop on our hook. And we're going to do that twice. And then we're going to do a single crochet into the first chain that we did. So we're going to insert our hook into the first chain that we did, and yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. And then we're going to insert our hook back into the front loop that we did our single crochet into to start with. And we're going to do our single crochet. And then after that, we're going to just single crochet around the entire piece until we get back to where we started. For the next row, we are going to be doing single crochet around the entire piece, which means we're going to be doing single crochet 36. And I'm going to help you through this one too, because we have to go behind the ears. So first we're going to single crochet 2, and then we're going to flip the ear over, and we're actually going to find that back loop on, which is the other loop of our stitch that we did the ear on. And that one is just going to be the one loop that is more pronounced than the others. If you can't find the back loop, just single crochet somewhere behind the ear. So just like that. And then we're going to find the next stitch. So in our ear, there are 3 stitches. There are 3 loops going up this way, 2 loops going down. And then the third loop right here, we're going to do our single crochet. And then we're going to do 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to bend our second ear down, find the back loop, and then we're going to insert our hook through there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through for a single crochet. And then we're going to find the third stitch going down. So 1, 2, 3, single crochet into that stitch. And then we're just going to single crochet around the rest of the way. For this next round, we are going to be putting the feet onto the bottom of our cat. So we're going to single crochet about 20-ish going down. And the reason why I said 20-ish is because some people crochet looser or tighter than others, and depending on if you crochet looser or tighter, your feet could be way off or way off on the other side. So now we're going to find 2 spots about 3 stitches apart. So basically you find 1 stitch, count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that fourth stitch will be where your other foot is, just like that. So your feet will be 3 stitches apart. And you want to make sure they're lined up with the ears, and you want to crochet just up to that one place where you want to put your foot. So don't crochet into the stitch that you want to put your foot on. And so I did 21 stitches going around. And then now we're going to do our foot. So our foot is actually going to be a very special stitch called a bobble stitch. And what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, which means we're just going to grab the yarn just like that. But instead of pulling it through, we're going to insert our hook into the stitch, into the next stitch that we want our foot into. So, and we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, not the 3rd loop. So we only have 2 loops on our hook now. And then we're not going to do anything else. We're going to yarn over again, and we're going to insert our hook into the same stitch we just did that first 3 loop thing. And then we're going to yarn over, pull up another loop. So now we should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the first 2. So we have 3 loops on our hook. And we're going to do that again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. So 4 loops, and we want to keep doing that till we have 6 loops on our hook. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the same spot, yarn over, pull through both the first 2 loops on our hook, and then we're going to do that one more time. And then now we have 6 loops on our hook. And now we're just going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through all 6 loops. Just like that. And then now we just kind of bend our piece, right, going that way, so we can do a single crochet into the next stitch. So all of those crazy stitches, once you pop them out, should be like that. And you want to make sure you did them all in the same stitch. And then now we're going to, since we already did one of our single crochets, we're going to be doing 2 more. 1 and 2. And we're going to do the same thing that we did for the foot, and I'll lead you through that again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, and keep doing that until you have 6 loops on your hook. So basically you're going to be doing 5 of those in total, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops on your hook. And then we're going to be single crocheting into the next stitch and pop that one out. So these are bobble stitches, and you want to make sure they're all in the same stitch for the bobble stitches, and the 3 stitches apart like that. And then your ears and your feet should be evenly positioned. And then now we're going to single crochet all the way back to the start. So now we are going to be sewing the face on. So we can take our hook, we can pull it away from our crochet creations, that way we have a long loop just in case our loop gets tugged, so that way we don't lose any of our work. And we can put our crochet hook to the side, and then we can grab our black and white yarn and our safety eyes. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to locate our ears. We're right here. We're going to grab our safety eyes, and we're going to put our safety eyes between rows 2 to 3. So you can notice there's a little circle here, and that is our magic ring. And then we're going to put them like right along the line where the top of our magic ring is, between rows 2 to 3. So 1, that's magic ring counts as row 1, and then 2, 3, right here. And then same thing on the other side, so just right there. And they're about in the bottom of our eyes are in line with the top of our magic ring. And then we can go ahead and put the washers in the back. So now we're going to grab our white yarn and thread it through our needle. And then we're going to sew a little white line around the edges of our eyes, as in my other Loaf Cats. So we're going to go in the back, and we can stick our needle under the washer and just kind of push our needle through, so that way it's like on the corner of our eyes. And then we'll put it about horizontal on the other side of the eye and push it through. Just like that. And we don't want to tug on this, we want to be very gentle, because if we tug on it, the white line will go under the eye and we won't be able to see it. And then now we can just go through to the other side. So, and I like to leave this not too taut just because I don't want it to be too tight and it might pull the eyes together kind of like that. And then we're just going to stick our needle about horizontal for this side too. Then once you're done, we can pull our yarn off our needle and grab our scissors. And then we can cut the yarn that's connected to our ball of yarn. And then just tie the two ends loosely because we don't want to indent the face. Just like that, and put them in our cat. And we can take our white ball of yarn away. And now moving on to the black ball of yarn. So we can take the black yarn and put it on our needle. Then we're going to be sewing the face details besides the eyes onto the cat, such as its nose, mouth, and whiskers. So first we're going to put our needle directly in the middle of the magic ring, and the reason why I do that is because it's just the easiest to find where we're supposed to go. Then we can put it somewhere off to the side because we're going to make an upside down V right here. So one side like that, and then bring it up this way, and then stick it back into the middle of the magic ring. So just like that. And then we're going to stick it through, I like to stick it through the magic ring on one side, so kind of like in the middle of the row, and pull it through. And then I like to stick it through the other side of the magic ring, and then pull it down. And this should be vertical across the top of our V for our nose, just like that. And then we're going to get this spot right here next to our magic ring. And then we can count 2 rows over, so right next to the eye, we can put our needle in, and this is for the whiskers. And then the next hole we find right here, we can just stick it in there and then put it right back through the bottom of our whiskers. Just like that. And then we can go to the other side right here. Insert it close to the eye, so about 2 stitches away from where we inserted it right here. Go through here, and then go to right back through the middle. Just like that. And that is the face. And then we can just cut our black yarn, and we can put our black yarn away. And then we can tie the 2 ends of the black yarn together, and make sure we don't tie them too taut because we don't want the face to crease again, but we want to make sure the knot is very secure. Then just tuck all the ends in, and we're ready to continue. So now comes the easy part, because for rows 10 through 19, we're just going to be single crocheting 36 all around the piece. So no increasing, no decreasing, no just doing anything out of the ordinary. Just 1 single crochet into each stitch. I'm just going to go around for 10 rows. Meet you there when I'm done. For row 20, we are going to be doing the back feet. So we're going to be single crocheting 24-ish, like I said last time, because if you need to crochet more or less depending on where you want your feet to be, that is totally up to you. And we want to make sure these back feet are in line with the front feet. So I single crocheted exactly 24 apparently. So we want to make sure the front feet are in line with the back feet. And we're going to be doing the same thing we did for the front feet. So we're going to start by yarning over, inserting our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through both of the front 2 loops. Then we're going to yarn over, into your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the front 2 loops. Then we're going to do it again, yarn over, into your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and we're going to keep repeating that until we have 6 loops on our hook. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops on our hook. Then we're going to single crochet 3, so 1, 2, and 3, Make sure we pop out that back foot with our fingers, just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing again. So yarn over, into your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the front 2 loops, yarn over again, into your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Keep repeating that until you have 6 loops on your hook. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through all of the 6 loops that are on our hook, and then we can single crochet till the end. Make sure you pop out that last foot. So now that we've done our feet, we are going to move on to round 21, which is we're going to be single crocheting around the entire top of the piece. So once we have finished round 21, we're going to be moving on to round 22, which is our first round of decreasing. So for this round, we're going to be doing single crochet 4 decrease. And what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then for the 5th and 6th stitch, we're going to be doing a decrease. And I like to do invisible decreases, which we're going to grab the front loop of the next stitch. And we're going to grab the front loop of the stitch after that. So we have the next 2 front loops on our hook. And we're going to yarn over and pull through both of those front loops. So we have 2 loops on our hook. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And that is an invisible decrease. And a decrease is turning 2 stitches into 1 stitch. And now we're going to be going on again. So we're going to do single crochet 4. And then we're going to do a decrease. And I'll show you the decrease one more time. And the decrease is we're going to grab the front loops of the next 2 stitches. So front loop of this stitch, front loop of the next stitch. Yarn over and pull through both of the front loops. Yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on our hook. And then we're going to repeat that 4 more times for a total of 30 stitches. You can already start to see that we are slowly closing in the back of our cat. And for our next round, we're going to be doing single crochet 3 decrease, which means we're going to be doing 3 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And then we're going to be doing a decrease into the 4th and 5th stitches. And we're just going to repeat that 6 times total for a total of 24 stitches. Now that we have done row 23, for row 24 we are going to be doing single crochet 2 decrease, which means we're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then we are going to be doing a decrease into the 3rd and 4th stitch. And we're going to repeat that 6 times around for a total of 18 stitches. So now right here we're going to pause. And we're going to take our hook and we're going to pull it away from our animals. That way we can have some yarn just in case that the yarn accidentally pulls. And we're going to stuff our animal. So we're going to grab our stuffing. We're just going to grab a huge chunk of it. And then just start stuffing. We want to stuff it pretty firmly. But we will also have more opportunities to stuff later. For row 25, we're going to be doing single crochet 1 decrease, which means we're going to be doing a single crochet into the 1st stitch. And then we're going to be doing a decrease into the 2nd and 3rd stitches. And we're going to repeat that 6 times total for a total of 12 stitches. And we're going to pause here and stuff this a little bit more just because this is going to be our last time we can stuff it before moving on to our last round. And for our last round, we are going to be doing 6 decreases, which are going to bring us to a total of 6 stitches. And then now that I'm done, I'm going to cut my yarn, just like that. And I'm going to make sure I have enough yarn just to sew the opening of this cat closed. And how I close my amigurumi at the very end is I can grab my needle or I can use my crochet hook. But for showing you guys, I will grab my needle. We're just going to insert the thread through our needle. And then we're going to go through the front loops only, so we can go in on the first one and then out through the second one. And then we're just going to do that for all 6 stitches. Just like that. And then we can pull the yarn tight right here, and that will close our hole. And then we can just tie a knot and then tuck the tail away into the body. So I'll just quickly tie a knot and then show you guys how to hide the tail. Okay, so to hide the tail, I find a spot right next to my knot, and I'll push down with the needle right next to it and poke it out in another spot so I can just tighten it. And it is a very seamless there, and then you can grab your crochet hook, and then you can just poke it the tail on through, or you can just use your scissors and cut it. I like to poke it through because it just gives it a little more stuffing in a way. And then after that, you're done with your body. Okay, so now we are going to be moving on to the tail. The tail for me is the most tedious part because it is so skinny. So we're going to start with a magic ring, and I'll show you guys how to do the magic ring again. So we're going to take the end in our between our thumb and our middle finger and pointer finger. And we're going to wrap it towards our the nail of our middle finger, and then away from the nail on our middle finger. Stick your hook through the X. Grab the yarn that is closest to your index finger, pull it through, and then go over the entire thing. Grab the same bit of yarn, pull through, and then you will have your magic ring right here. And then we're going to be doing 6 single crochet in the magic ring, which means we're going to insert our hook into the middle of the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on our hook, and that is 1 single crochet. And we need to do 5 more of these. Then once we're done, we can take the tail end and tighten our magic ring, so that way it will close the hole. And from rounds 2 through 13, we are going to be doing single crochet 6. So we're just going to single crochet 6 all the way around for 13 rounds. And like I said, this is a pretty tedious because it is so small. And we have to just make sure that there are no missteps in our crochet. And after the second round, we can just flip it back out and keep going. Make sure after a while you can tuck the tail end of your magic ring in. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and just snip it off because we don't really need that anymore. So I have done 6 rounds, and I'm going to pull my tail end away because I want to stuff the tip of the tail just a tiny bit. So I can grab the smallest bit of stuffing, because we don't need much, and roll it up into a ball. I want to make sure that will just fit right in there. And we can just put it at the top, and we have to take our hook and push it down in there. Just like that. You think you need just a little bit more, you can add as much as you want. But just stuff the tip. We don't need to stuff the rest of the tail because that way it can bend just like that. And then once you're done, we can continue going. So now that I'm done with round 13 of the tail, I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch, which means I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. So I have 2 loops on my hook, but instead of doing a yarn over and pull through as I would for a single crochet, I'm just going to take that loop and pull it through the other loop on my hook. And then I'm going to chain 1, which means to yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. And I can pull that tight, and I can cut the yarn. Make sure I leave enough of the end to sew the tail onto the cat. So cutting the yarn, just like that, and we can pull it, just like that. And then we can grab our cat, and we'll put the tail end of our tail onto the needle. And we're going to sew the tail onto rows 22 through 23 of the cat. So we're going to count from the middle. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And then 22 to 23 is about right here. So I can attach it right here. And then I'm just going to sew it on. And then once we're done, we can tie a knot right here. And then we can do the same thing we did for when we were closing off the cat, which is we're going to insert our needle as close to the knot as possible. So that way when we poke it into the body, the tail end will be right here, and we will have hidden the knot. So we can grab our hook and we can use the end of it to poke it into the cat, or if you wanted to, you can go ahead and just cut off the yarn. It's up to you. Then the last thing I do is I bend the tail, and this is where the stuffing comes in because it keeps the tip of the tail in its shape. And then just fix the ears, and that's it. We have completed our loaf cat. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what video tutorial you want me to make next. Thanks for watching!